Hi, everyone. Welcome to another Ashram Talk session. This is our fifth Gita guest speaker, so we're so happy to have Swami Bhakti Sundar Sadhu here with us. Welcome, Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for inviting.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know Maharaj, he's one of the architects of Ashram Talks in English, and we're very grateful for that. Maharaj, has also shared that since the time he was in kindergarten, he knew that his path, you knew that your path would be a little bit different from those around you. And, you speak about as soon as you opened the Bhagavad-gītā, this kind of changed the course of action in your life, which is really incredible, right? Especially for us who, we're trying to study the Bhagavad-gītā. Can you share a little bit more about that? Like, what was that moment like in your childhood or that time that you thought, like, my life is not going to be like all of these other people around me?
So, thanks for this nice question, which is a little surprising also. But yes, we were trying to start this project here, Ashram Talks in English. And unfortunately, I had not time to continue like this. I was trying to set up everything, but then fortunately, you and others, they took this service, and I'm very happy it's continuing. This is very important to share this. And as you said, in my personal life, my experience, it had such an impact, which is still inconceivable for me now. Even I was there and I experienced everything. So let me begin to give my pranam to my Gurudev and to the Bhagavad-gītā before we speak like this. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Goswami Namine Gaurvani Pracharaya Dridha Sankalpamurte Krishna Shakti Sarupaya Bhakti Pradayane Namaha Bancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Hajanulambito Bhujau Kanakavaratau Sankirtanai Kapitaro Kamalaya Takshau Vishwambaro Dvijabaro Yuga Dharma Palo Bande Jagat Priyakaro Karunavataro Om Pataya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayana Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharate Advaitam Ritavashinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvam Sandadami Bhagavad-gītā Bhavadveshinim Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram. So yes, you asked me this. I put this short text, which we're referring to. It's on our website from our ashram. It's a little about our background. And I mentioned that when I was in kindergarten, at least as far as I can remember, I knew I will not do what these grown-up people are going to do. It was 100% clear for me. I had no idea where it's going to, but I knew it will not go like all others are doing. And that was, I don't know how old I was, like 4 years or even younger. As soon as I could start somehow to consciously to think, it was clear. So later on, I tried to do some arts, some music, something. I wanted to somehow be different like others, which is everybody nowadays want to be, which is not special. But then I was searching for some spirituality within Christianity, where I'm coming from, and I could not find anything which is satisfying me. And then I came in contact with one shaman, actually, who was Austrian, native Austrian, but who was living at that time in Ecuador, in South America. And he came to Austria once for one like a ritual. He offered some rituals and he gave one lecture. And somehow by chance, someone invited me, you want to hear some shaman is speaking. So I just went. I had no idea. And I listened him and I understood I feel he has some Shakti, some power. And he offered some ritual to join that. That was New Year's Eve from 98 to 99. And I thought, okay, it's a nice thing to escape all this useless celebration of New Year's where people just get drunk in our culture, and I did not like this. So then I went there, and he offered this ayahuasca ritual, which has now become very popular. So I had some health problem that time, some skin problem, and nobody could help me. So he offered like a medicine, and I was interested. And then we made this ritual, like 30 people, nobody knew each other, just a random group came together of interested, mostly young, like I was that time, 26. And whole day we had to fast, that was the condition. Then whole night you cannot sleep, you cannot eat, you cannot drink. And you have to stay there and take this ayahuasca. It was legal that time. I don't know if it's still legal or not. It was everything. He was a doctor, a medical doctor. He studied in Austria. And later on he went to South America and practiced this shamanic medicine. So everything was like officially, and so I was interested. And then in the middle of the night you take this, it's very psychoactive, many things happen like this. And then he started to explain from Bhagavad-gītā again and again at that session. So, and many other beautiful things happened in that night. So morning time when I like reflected, I thought to myself, I need this spirituality. I did not know what is real meaning of spiritual life, but I knew I needed. So, and after this, I wanted to buy some Bhagavad-gītā. So, because every time in the night he referred in Bhagavad-gītā explaining like this, Bhagavad-gītā explaining like that, it's also written in Bhagavad-gītā. So, I was curious, where is this Bhagavad-gītā? What is this Bhagavad-gītā? So, I went to the shop, bookshop, and I went to that esoteric department in the bookshop, and there were many Bhagavad-gītās were there in German translation. Language German, so many different translations were there, and I took them out from the shelf and I looking and this one and that one, and I was little, and I took all the books and put back in the shelf and left the shop without buying one. Nothing like felt happy. And then I went to a friend after that and came to her flat, and in the living room on the table when I just came, Prabhupada's Gita lying there. I did not buy anything at the shop, but when I came to her flat, Gita was there, and I said, oh, it's a Bhagavad-gītā. I wanted to buy, actually. So I took this Gita, Prabhupada's Gita, I opened this, and one sentence I read, I knew this is what I want. It was crystal clear in my mind. Really, I forgot what was the topic about or what was this particular sentence, but I knew this is exactly what I'm searching for. I was completely in ecstasy. And I asked her, could you give me this book? Borrow me this book? She said, no problem. Who was renting this flat before? That lady, she left it in the Almira, in the bookshelf, when she left that flat. So she said she just found that book. It was like, truth is like this, and truth is not like that, and God is like this, and Krishna is like this, and it's everything. I never read language like that, which is 100%. There is sure. There was no maybe, no could be, nothing. It is like this. It's like that. I was really fascinated by that, and so when I read that Bhagavad-gītā, I was thinking, where are the people who are practicing this knowledge like that? Where are the living examples? So I was searching in the back, there were some addresses. I was searching the temple, and then I met that. and met the devotees, and I was really, somehow I caught fire from the first meeting. It was clear, it was somehow clear. I don't know, I never planned like that, but I guess the plan was from some higher stage. And the wonderful thing, what happened really, that was amazing. After I got this Gita, I bought a few more copies. I went to that bookshop. There was one restaurant, Govinda's restaurant. They had some Gitas. So I bought 3 copies. I gave one to my mother. I gave one to the girlfriend of my brother that time. And I gave one to my best friend, with whom we shared many things. And both of us, we were searching for like a spiritual path at that time. And he was going more to the direction of Buddhism and these things, more like Chinese things, and I went more towards the Indian part. So we met, and he was he was like a, how you say in English, a gothic guy, you know. We had black dress and like this. He was like this, and so we met on the cemetery. He liked these places, and I gave him this Bhagavad-gītā of Prabhupada, and I said to him, "This is a very nice book. You should read." So he was little challenging, little teasing to me. He took Prabhupada's book, BVT, Bhagavad-gītā, and he was just looking little the pictures. And inside, he saw many pictures like, ISKCON, Bhagavad-gītā, there is a Krishna, Arjuna, like this. And when he looked at me and said, "And this blue one is God?" Like with a little, teasing. He wanted to joke. This blue one is God? And when he said to me, I answered from, not from thinking, not consciously, out like a reflex. I said, "Yes, the blue one is God." And when I said this, inside me it somehow exploded. Wow, the blue one is God. It was so clear that Krishna is God. And it made everything so easy. Before I was studying this Tao Te Ching, I was practicing also Tai Chi and Kung Fu, that is the philosophy, Tao Te Ching, and I was trying to understand that everything is nothing. Everything comes from nothing. The origin of everything is nothing. I tried to somehow understand. Now, on the cemetery with my friend who just teased me and he said, "The blue one is God?" And I say, "Yes, the blue one is God." Then I realized, oh, so wonderful. Blue one is God. And if you accept God, everything is easy to understand. If you take out God from your conception, nothing you can explain, like conclusively, nothing you can really, everything you have to somehow construct that it makes sense. But if you put God in the center, everything makes sense. Krishna in the Gita, he says, "Aham sarvasya prabhavo mata sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita." That will come later in 10th chapter. That is one of the Chatushloki Bhagavad-gītā, one of the essential parts of the Gita. He says, "Aham sarvasya prabhavo," everything comes from me. Mata sarvam pravartate. I am the origin of everything. Everything emanates from me. Iti matva bhajante mam. Who understood that? They will worship me. Buddha bhava, those intelligent persons, with all their love, with all their feelings, they will worship me, Krishna said. And that happened on this, it was really a wonderful experience for me. I was there on the cemetery and just, the blue one is God. I did not say it with respect, just to somehow reply to my friend in the same way like he was asking me, the blue one is God. But what is meaning of that became clear to me. And interesting, I never saw my friend again after that, because I joined the temple. After that, I joined the ashram, and he became afraid of me. He was thinking I am little, somehow, I don't know, fanatic or crazy or something, but I really understood this is the way. So that was the Bhagavad-gītā. From beginning, it was an important part of my spiritual life. And now still, actually, there is no day when I will not remember some Gita verse or read some Bhagavad-gītā. This is a daily He will give you always some inspiration, and there is no end. How much that blue one is God, that is infinite. How much you want to go inside, you will find again and again, more and more meaning is there, more hope is there, also more realization is there, more love is also there. The more you read, so that is also one reason why we also started this channel here, this Ashram Talks in English, to open this chance for everyone, to come in contact, because Krishna is of that kind. Bhagavan means the Supreme Lord. His nature is that if you come in contact with him, you will love him. This is his nature. Bhagavan is like this. Bhajaniya Satguna Vishishta. He's like, his qualities are so special that you want to worship him. Nobody has to tell you to worship him. That is not a command which comes from outside. This is from inside will come. This urge, this feeling, that hankering will come. So that, because it's wonderful. If you read Bhagavad-gītā, if everything comes from him, this verse we take, Aham sarvasya prabhu, mata sarvam pravartate. If everything comes from him, I am also coming from him. Then how I can be so ungrateful and not to glorify him, not to think of him, not to try to find out what is my duty to him. Everything comes from him. Every cell of my body, every atom of my body comes from him. I myself, the spiritual spark, I am coming from him. Everything comes from him. The whole world, whatever we see, whatever we need, whatever we use, is everything comes from him. So how we cannot speak about him? This is the problem of our nowadays society. Everything comes from him still, whether you're a theist or atheist. So we have to be grateful. So that is one way to give back to him something at least. We cannot give everything because my very existence is coming from him. So this has started like this, and then I joined the ashram in Vienna, Bhakti-yoga ashram. Then I went to India, and I took initiation also from our Gurudev, and like this, and it went very, very quick. In just a few months, everything. I got that Gita from that. I got that hint from the shaman. I got the Gita. I found the Gita. I started reading. I met the devotees. I went to India. I took initiation. It went very, very in a quick way, and I would immediately do the same. I can also recommend anyone who wants to go deep in his life, who wants to access himself, who wants to go inside. Go for Bhagavad-gītā, go for the devotees, for that persons who follow this Bhagavad-gītā, who apply this Bhagavad-gītā in their own life. Whoever will do that, he will become successful in life. There is no doubt of this. There is because Bhagavad-gītā will give you, this is the bridge to gap, to bridge that gap between material and the spiritual sphere. You can pass through. This is wonderful. Krishna is speaking in such a way, which is, he is the one who created this whole world. That person who created this world, who designed everything, who was thinking how everything will work, he is explaining how to come out from this world. This is wonderful. This is not some speculation. This is the very truth, the very knowledge of this world. So this is Bhagavad-gītā, and the devotees like Śrīla Prabhupāda, he had the same clearance in his language. Same. It is because he named his Bhagavad-gītā as it is. As Krishna spoke, as Krishna intended, this Bhagavad-gītā, he published this text. And it became so clear in this way. So, and also fascinating. It was also inspiring too much. It gave, life got a full purpose after that. Before I was searching what is purpose of life. I was really trying to find out, and I could not come to any conclusion. The last conclusion, before I met the devotees and before I saw the Bhagavad-gītā, my last conclusion was the purpose of life is to give life a purpose. But this is just like a juggling of words, you know. But that was my thinking, okay, you have to find what is purpose of life. But then I opened Bhagavad-gītā, Prabhupada said the purpose of life is to serve Krishna, to love Krishna, to realize Krishna. Bas. That made sense. That was very clear. And this is not anything stale. This is something very ecstatic. This search for yourself. Like in Srimad Bhagavatam, one of the Kumaras, Sanat Kumar, is saying to King Prithu, there's one discussion there. He said, the greatest obstacle in self-realization is to think something is more pleasurable than self-realization. This is it. But nothing is more, because we are by nature Satchit Ananda. This is my nature, this is your nature, this is everyone's nature. Every living entity is Satchit Ananda by nature. Ananda means fulfillment, Ananda means bliss. Ananda means that what everybody is searching for. Ananda is the foundation of this universe. Ananda is Krishna. This is my nature also. Like in the Upanishad, they are searching for the truth. And there is that famous philosophy which is called Neti, Neti, Neti. Truth is not this, truth is not that, truth is not this, not this, not this, not this. So what is remaining? It's not fire, it's not earth, it's not air, it's not this, it's not... nothing is the truth, the ultimate truth, the absolute truth. So they are just negating everything. But what is remaining? After they rejected everything, remaining is Rasa Vaisaha. This is the conclusion. Rasa Vaisaha. He, the absolute truth, is a rasa. Means beauty, means love, means ananda, happiness. This is the absolute truth. And we are part of that. Every one of us is a small part of this absolute truth. And this is already my nature. So why to search for happiness if already it is there? So that Bhagavad-gītā will give you this understanding. Bhayaspashesha saktatma Vindatatmani yat sukham sayoga sabrahma yoga yuktatma sukham akshamashnute. In 5th chapter of Bhagavad-gītā, this is also said. If you drop this search for external happiness, bhayaspashesh asaktatma, you're no more attached to these external things. But internally go, Vindat Atmani Yat Sukham. That happiness is what you get inside, within your own self. Sabrahma Yoga Yuktatma. If you are that soul, which is Sabrahma Yoga Yukta, who is connected with the Brahman, who has realized, that soul, who has realized he is Brahman, Sukham Aksham Ashnute. You get unlimited happiness, inexhaustible happiness. This is there. Bhagavad-gītā gives you that again and again. Krishna is teaching from that angle, from this angle, from up, down, inside, outside. He's explaining that what you are. You are Satchidananda. You have nothing to fear. This is wonderful. This is the medicine actually people would need nowadays. Nowadays, everything is based on fear. There is war, there is pandemic, there is this, there is that, there is so many fears from all sides come. So, Bhagavad-gītā is the medicine to come out from that. Because you realize nothing to fear. Bhagavad-gītā will teach you all atomic bombs of the world together cannot kill one soul. So, what to fear? Nobody is dying. From beginning, Krishna explained to Arjuna, what you see, all these kings here, all these soldiers you see, they have always been, they will always be. So don't need to worry. I am eternal, you are eternal, and all days are eternal. So where is problem, Arjuna? And that is also, that was not 5,000 years ago, only still this is valid. So that is very, very important to give this kind of knowledge to our society, to the people of our modern world, they need this. This is more important than any help, more important than money and food and everything. This is most important. So this is also the purpose of these ashram talks, to come, that is, which is coming out from the ashram, these talks. Ashram means where guru and disciple are discussing. Now Bhagavad-gītā, I think you stopped at 433, this chapter. So next verse is clear. Tat vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena seva uparikshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. This is the ashram talk. What is coming out from ashram? Ashram means where is some special, where you can take shelter. This is ashram, where you are protected and where you do some special activities connected to your own self. And there a guru will tell Tad vidhi pranipatena. Here in this case, Krishna is the guru, Arjuna is disciple. So when Arjuna said to Krishna that I don't know what is right and wrong, Krishna, my mind is bewildered. I don't know what happened to my courage. I lost everything. Please explain to me what is right and what is wrong. I am a fool and I am your disciple now. I will surrender. You can chastise me. Now please tell me, Krishna, what is right and wrong. Then Krishna started to explain. Arjuna, he surrendered, and then Krishna became his guru. And then he started this Gita, and then now in that 4th chapter, which will come, maybe next speaker will explain this verse. He said, Tat vidhi pranipatena. Tat vidhi means understand this knowledge. Understand how? By surrender. Tat vidhi pranipatena, which is very, how to say, alien to our society nowadays. This is the problem. Therefore, this ignorance is so strong, because nobody wants to surrender. Everybody wants to be boss. Everybody wants to be the measuring rod for others. But this is not the way how to get knowledge. You can get academic knowledge by being the boss, but never you get spiritual knowledge. So one has to pranipat, one has to bow down. Bow down means you bow your head, like your head is like one container, one glass. You have to pour out what is inside your head. Just pour it out, bow down, make empty your head. Then Guru can give something. No? This is what Krishna said, Tat vidhi pranipatena. Pranipat means also you understand that nothing in this world will give you happiness. And nothing in this world will give you unhappiness also. This is not from outside coming. You're finished with this world. If I can add some from my life when I realized that, because you asked me before. That was way later when I was like 13 years ago, something like that. 2013, yes. I had some problem with my back, with my spine, and very severe. I had, this disc slipped out of the place and pushed the nerve, and I had so much pain that I was crying like a baby. And I had to call the ambulance from the ashram, and they took me on a stretcher and put me into the hospital. Could not even walk to toilet, such pain I had. And then that was in Kartik month, and so they put me on the corridor in the hospital, and I had so much pain that if I moved my head just 1 millimeter, I got like a knife stick into my nerves. Such like a lightning bolt hits your head. It was really, and so I could not move, nothing. I just lying. How they put me there, I was lying. And somehow or other, I was lying for a long time there. There was some emergency in the hospital, and they had to take care for that. And I was lying on the corridor, and I was lying and lying and lying. And it was Kartik Masa, so I was thinking, okay. I chanted Damodarashtakam, because this is our Kartik practice. So I was chanting Namami Ishwaram Satchidananda Rupam. And I was thinking how Krishna is running in Vrindavan, and Mother is chasing after him. And like all this lila came, because my Gurudev said, if you chant this Damodarashtakam, you have to see it also, not just like a parrot, you have to go. So I was lying, and the good thing was, this world gave me so much pain at that moment that I could not have any exchange with this world physically, because no possible to move little, and also mentally I was completely disconnected. I thought, no, I don't want to even think of this world. So I started meditating on Krishna's Damodar Leela, and I became so happy. I was lying on the hospital with so much pain, and I was completely happy. I was so happy. Then I thought to myself, wow, happiness coming not from this world, unhappiness also not coming from this world. Nothing in this world will give you happiness. Nothing in this world will give you unhappiness. This is the fact. So, bhayaspashesha saktatma vindat atmani yat sukham. That atmani means inside yourself. That happiness, what you get, is unlimited. When you let go the external things. If you want to enter one house, you have to go through the door and you have to leave the outside and go inside. So if we want to come to ourselves, we have to leave the external, come inside. And that is what Krishna says, pranipatena. You surrender. You let the outside world do whatever it wants to do. Don't waste your energy there. Pranipat. Understand this is nothing to do here in this world. Nothing. So this is the way how to understand. Tat vidhi pranipatena. And then pariprashnena. Then you ask questions. But how to ask questions also in a very gentle way. Not in a challenging way. How is this possible? How we can do? No. Question I ask, how can I understand? How can I be part of this? How can I give something, contribute to that? This is the way to understand the truth. By this gentle way of asking, submissive way of asking, and by doing sevaya, by giving something, do something. That vidhi pranipatana pariprashna seva upadikshanti te jnanam. This knowledge will be taught to you by the Tattvadarshis who have seen this truth, who living in this truth, they can give you this truth in this way. This is the wonderful way. So if you go to Gita, to the Bhagavad-gītā, and then you will understand how to get this knowledge. So you need one person who is realized. This is absolutely necessary. Even in spite of all artificial intelligence and all whatever you can get knowledge nowadays, you will not get knowledge about your own self without the living Guru. And this is one of the key verses of the Bhagavad-gītā which will follow now. To understand this. Everything will be understood if you find that Guru, if you surrender, and if you humbly ask questions, and if you give something, give yourself, then this knowledge will be made known to you. Your eyes will open. Otherwise, in standing in front of the truth, we will not understand anything. Like in Bhagavatam, it is said, Tesham pramatta nidhanam pashyan api na pashyati. Seeing everything and not understanding anything. This is the wonderful thing. This Bhagavad-gītā is an open secret. It's the secret, it's most secret, it's most secret, but it is open. Every house nowadays almost has one Bhagavad-gītā. But this is, without the Guru's grace, it cannot be understood. So this is a wonderful path, and this is a very satisfying path also, this work. And you will realize your own self, that you are Satchit Ananda, and you are not depending on this external world. This is exactly what really is missing our society nowadays. Everybody wants to just be beautiful or something. Young girls I know one mother told me her daughter is 11 years old. Every day she has 45 minutes of skin routine before going to school with 11 years. What is necessary? It is they're like trained like this from all this TikTok and YouTube and influencer, Instagram. They think like if you have a beautiful skin, you will be happy. But nothing like this. This truth not changing, and Bhagavad-gītā is very clearly explaining these things. And who will follow this, who will try to understand, he will get sukham aksham ashnute. This happiness will never stop. How to do. So I'm happy you're giving this kind of knowledge and engaging us and spreading this out to the people. This is the greatest help you can give. Greatest welfare work in this world is to give spiritual knowledge. So I think this is my message for today. I'm grateful that you invited me here. And I'm happy also that it's going on in this nice way.
Yeah, thank you, Maharaj, and thanks to you, for establishing, this whole, this foundation that we really needed in Ashram Talks in English. And some viewers who are here with us every week, they don't see you often, but it's nice for them to hear from you today and know again that you were like the architect of this Ashram Talks English. So we really appreciate you also.
Thank you. Actually, all of us, Pujyapat Swami Maharaj, he's the real initiator of that.
Yeah, thank you so much, Maharaj. We have a lot of nice comments. So we have a comment from Colleen. Colleen is from the UK, and she joins us every single class. She's here without fail. So Colleen says, yes, the blue one is Krishna. I am the spiritual spark coming from him. She said, thank you for your divine inspiration, Maharaj.
Yeah, that is such a simple truth, no? But it's completely disarming. All the blue one is God. It's a beautiful thought.
Yeah.
Like even Francesco de Assisi, he said to one of his friends, just let God be God and be happy that he's God. I mean, nothing to change. You just think God is existing and no need to do more. This is just beautiful. Like Krishna is the blue one. It's a beautiful thought. If any problem you have in life, think just Krishna is blue and you're happy.
Yeah, I think that's the title of your biography, Maharaj. God is the blue one. Yeah.
That's a good one, yes.
We also have a nice comment from Emilio. It says, thanks for this beautiful class. Thank you, Emilio, for joining us. Maharaj, I know kind of the topic we were discussing today is Shri Guru and surrender, and you touched on a lot of important things. But, maybe we have a guru, we have a spiritual teacher, maybe we don't, see that person. Maybe we only see them once a year. Maybe we don't see them physically. We don't speak to them. What are the best ways for us to be connected to our guru every day, even if physically we're not with them, maybe not hearing them?
Actually, my Gurudev said once that if you chanting Harinam, Krishna's name, I'm standing right next to you. This is one thing. Guru is there. And Guru means he's Krishna. That is Krishna's manifestation of his condensed mercy will manifest as Sri Guru. So we have to see Guru like that. So maybe we have only physical association. Maybe once a year, maybe only once a life. That may be. But that is not important. You see, that example is given by the gopis. When Uddhava wanted to explain to the gopis that the Krishna is Param Brahman, he has no friends, he has no parents, and the gopis, they say, Uddhava, you see, lotus flower is here in the pond, and the sun is millions of kilometers away. But as soon as the sun rises and one sun ray will come, lotus flower opening. So the relationship is there. It's not a question of physical nearness. If you have love, you will feel more intimacy if you're physically separated. This is if you have connection with your Guru. If you have that, you will feel he's in my heart. Even more than when you will meet him physically, he will have some distance from you. But if you're not in his distance, in his physical nearness, you will feel he is in my heart. So that is more intense. This is also more real. This is there. So that is nothing important. Like sun maybe 1,000,000 kilometers away, but the lotus flower is immediately blossoming. So also when we are connected with our Guru, we will feel, and our heart will also blossom. That is there.
Yeah, thank you so much, Maharaj. Yeah, that's very inspiring. We also have a comment from Bhakti-yoga, Nicaragua, right? So devotees in Nicaragua, yeah, working very hard in Nicaragua. So they say, yeah, my respectful obeisances, Maharaj. Thank you for such a beautiful Bhagavad-gītā katha.
Thanks. I've never been to Nicaragua. Maybe I should go
Yeah,
once.
I think it's time, Maharaj, to organize the Mela in Nicaragua, and so you can visit there. I think this would be a very good idea.
Yes. Why not? I like actually Latin America is a nice place. People are very humble there, no?
Yes, Maharaj. So
Many
thank
devotees.
you.
So
Yeah,
thank you, yes.
thank you, Maharaj, and thank you so much to everyone who joined us today. Emilio, Ruben, Gopali, Colleen, Hari Sankirtan Prabhu, everyone that was joining us today. So thank you again, Maharaj, for being here, and we hope that you'll be able to join us again soon.
My good fortune. Śrīla Gurudev ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupāda ki jai,
Bye.
Bhagavad-gītā ki jai. Gau Premanande Hari Hari Bol.